When I visit all the Bruce sites, I'm often reflecting on what kind of a man he was. We know what he did, but the why behind what he did gives us a greater insight into the mind of the man. Certainly the young man of 22, 23 years old who was driven by ambition and who committed acts that some would say are reckless is very different from the man who spent the last 3 years of his life at Pillin Flats near Renton in the parish of Cardross. In medieval times, people were concerned for the health of their souls. So in essence, they wanted to die a good death in the eyes of God. What could he, at that time, possibly have hoped to achieve? This young man of ambition, whose early influences no doubt would have been his grandfather, the competitor. This is a man who the bishops of Scotland asked King Edward to come north to prevent civil war because the competitor, Robert Bruce, was attacking the Balliol strongholds to drive them out in the south. Civil war was brewing, so that would have been an early influence on the young to-be Earl of Carrick, who would later become King Robert I. Most of Scotland was against him. He had powerful enemies here at home, in the Commons, the Balliols, the MacDougals. His friends and his family had been butchered. He had little money. He had hardly any troops or army to speak of. What could he hope to achieve against the wealth and the resources of the King of England? But Bruce learned through trial and tribulation, through his exposure to the elements, literally, when he was hunted as a fugitive. His strength was sapped from his body, and all he had was his resilience. He came back. His brother's gone. His wife taken away. His daughter taken away. Sisters taken away. His friends, some hanged, drawn and quartered, and the rest in captivity. And yet, he endured. He stuck. And in the end, he won the day.